All right, so welcome everyone to Edulastic Innovator Team Kickoff Week. We're really excited to be working with you. We have a really awesome group this year and a couple great events that are coming up this week that we're happy to share with you. Today, we're focusing on a digital meet and greet and some Edulastic updates. We really want to be a resource for you, and we also want you to realize that you have each other as really great resources across the country. So today is about connecting with each other and then also sharing some of the really great new features that we've been rolling out this summer and the ones that are coming up later this weekend. We have 3 days of fun. Today, as I said, we'll be focusing on getting to know each other and updates. Tomorrow is about hosting a workshop or presentation. And I know also many of you have done that as well already, potentially, so we look forward to hearing your experiences as well. And day 3 is about digital leadership, blogs, video, and social media. And I want to introduce a few key people who will be our hosts throughout this week. First of all, there's me. My name is Ileana Betancourt, and I'm a marketing manager here at Edulastic. I'm passionate about connecting educators to really awesome resources. I've been working in education doing that for 6 years now, and I'm really excited to help connect you to what you need to excel as a teacher in terms of Edulastic and what we have to offer you. And my favorite question type is label and image, and my favorite subject is science. Wanted to throw in some fun facts there. I'm going to tilt my screen over to Leslie.
I can share my
You can share yours?
So let's see. Did my video come up?
I can't tell.
I can't see myself, but hi.
Leslie will introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Leslie. And as Ileana said, I do marketing and partnerships here. And so I like drag and drop and history.
And then Jenny Tacoyan is our teacher in residence. She'll also be here throughout this week, hosting Kickoff Week, and her favorite question type is label and image, and her favorite subject is American literature and medieval history, which didn't fit on that line, so I'll just throw that out there. And she is in the audience today, so if you have any questions for her, she'll be around. I also just wanted to turn my screen to around the room to everyone else we have here to make things happen. We have Sherry and Gina, who are wonderful summer interns, helped put together all the wonderful kits that you received, including these wonderful mugs. Who online right now is drinking coffee from their mug? Or hot chocolate or tea? I'm not going to leave out all those options. We hope that it brings you some joy and warmth throughout these webinars and other conferences that you attend and other wonderful events. Then we have John Kite over there.
Hi.
And Jeff, our newest member of the team, and Aditya, who is also online and will be presenting all of our new features. So we have a full room here. And it's great to see that we have a full room in the webinar. Just want to see what people are saying.
Thank you for the mug.
Oh,
Somebody
good.
Drank Kool-Aid.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Great use of your mug. Anything else?
We should have put that for drinking the Kool-Aid. That would have been fun.
I should have sent some Kool-Aid. All right,
That's
cool.
it.
Great, sounds good. So anyway, yeah, we have a really awesome team. Here are all the pictures that everyone sent in as of yesterday, so keep those pictures coming. We're really excited to feature you as innovative teachers who are on the brink and cutting edge of technology and where we're headed in society with education. There are a lot of exciting things coming out on Edulastic, and we're happy to help you move forward. And we're also excited to see how you're using Edulastic and help you as you share your Edulastic resources with others. So we're really excited to be working with you and have all these wonderful faces.
Okay.
I just want to allow everyone to introduce themselves. So in the chat, if you could just please share your name, location, and your role. And if you want, throw in your favorite Edulastic question type. And if you could do that all in one, so include your name, location, and role in one entry. Cool. Tabitha, Barbara Zing, Mindy. Oh, this is going fast. Bill. Caroline.
Felicia from Louisiana. Caroline from Minnesota. Betsy. Jennifer from Ohio.
Yeah, if you want to
multi-part's my favorite. Yeah.
Come
So yeah, most people can see.
Maria, New Jersey.
New Jersey, another drag and drop fan.
Excellent.
Deborah Hicks.
Science. Yeah.
6th grade reading. Connecticut. Good. Miami, math teacher. Teresa from Wyoming.
Cool. Hi, Katie.
Yeah. Letitia from Missouri, 5th grade math. And Katie from Illinois. Simone from New Jersey, she teaches math.
That's a cool city, Neptune.
Terry Day from Wisconsin with drag and drop.
Excellent. Drag and drop's coming off as a
I think it's winning. I think drag and drop is winning.
Definitely.
All right, cool.
Cool. Excellent. Great. And so it looks like, so thanks for sharing where you're coming in from. Again, we hope that you are able to connect with each other. Oops. Jumping ahead. All right. When you filled out the forms, we got so much wonderful energy from you. We hope to build upon this energy. We're excited that you're excited about Edulastic. We're excited that you're excited to share with others. We're excited that it's a tool that will really help you move forward and work with students in your classes. And we want to help you as you continue on your Edulastic journey. Thank you for all these nice words, and we look forward to working with you. Here's a map of where EIT team members are, Edulastic Innovator team members are coming from. And you can see kind of the gradient shows the volume of teachers from each state. So everyone who's on our Facebook group and is already connected with the fact that there are a lot of Ohio educators, you will see that Ohio is a little darker green. So we have a large group from there, which is exciting, and then a great spread of teachers from all over the country. In addition to connecting with each other, we hope that you're able to connect with other Edulastic Innovator team members within your state. And I'm personally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so I'm really happy to see that that color is green on the map. And so is California, which is great. That's where we're tuning in from. We're on West Coast time. In connecting with everyone, we also want to point out where everyone's hanging out online. Since it's really easy to connect online in a digital age, we have a lot of users on Facebook, and hopefully you've already joined our Edulastic Innovator Team Facebook group. If not, maybe you'll get online. We have a lot of users on Pinterest. We have a lot of members on Twitter, a large handful on Teachers Pay Teachers, and then Instagram, and then it kind of tapers off from there. Some Reddit users. I still haven't dove into Reddit. I've heard it's an investment to get involved with Reddit, but it's very rewarding once you're on it. So bravo to those who can brave that. But hopefully if you're on those networks, you also have found our Edulastic accounts and are connecting with us. We post a lot of updates on there, especially on Twitter. It's a really great place to get new information and ideas and share ideas with others as well. Hashtags can really pull communities together. So Sherry is going to add in the chat a link that you can go to find each other's Twitter handles, so you can easily follow each other and see what others are saying. Thank you, Sherry. All right, so anyway, here's the Edulastic Innovator team page. We hope it's a place where you can use to share products, ideas, and feedback, ask questions, and interact with other innovators. And it's also a really great place where people have been introducing themselves and connecting. So thanks everyone for introducing yourselves already. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead on there and feel free to ask questions or just use it as your space to learn and work with each other, collaborate. Sherry pulled this together? Gina, did you do that? Oh, Sherry, thanks. Sherry pulled together this wonderful word cloud of what people have been saying on the Facebook group so far. So a lot of people using Edulastic and talking about how they are using it in their classroom. A lot of people saying hello over here, hi. A lot of math users. It just seems overall people are excited to move forward and work together. I think word clouds are fun, so had to include it. And then we also have an Edulastic Innovator homepage that Gina's been working really hard to pull together. That's where all your bios, intro videos are going. It'll also be a place where you can access resources. So if you're going to present, you can go there. You can also request swag there if you're presenting a workshop and need a little something extra. And we're also thinking it could be a place to post events. So if you have an event that where you're hosting a workshop or presenting somewhere, we can help you advertise that if you let us know. So please keep us in the loop with what kind of events you're doing. And here's the link down here. Gina, would you be able to post that also in the chat? Thank you. So that way you can click on it. We'll also send it in an email, but if you want to check it out right now. Oh, and here you can see we also have an Innovator team member from England and Spain this year, which is exciting. International group. So what to expect on the Edulastic Innovator team? First of all, I think maybe you already have the idea here that we're hoping that you all connect with each other and we'll stay connected. Looking ahead, we also host webinars throughout the year to help share with other Edulastic users and other innovative teachers how they can use Edulastic in their classrooms. So last year we had teacher talk webinars where you guys were part of that, a really integral part in sharing your story on how you use Edulastic for redirect, for immediate feedback, for interventions. We have a new program that we're doing, which is a Sunday Spotlight, where we're featuring one Edulastic Innovator team member each Sunday, each week, to kind of show insight into your life and what you're doing with your students with Edulastic and to improve your classroom. And then we also have opportunities for presentations and to share Edulastic in your communities. Or, for example, this year, Susan Lair shared Edulastic at the Q conference and had an excited group of educators who were really thrilled and thankful for that presentation. And then sometimes there's opportunity to speak with reporters about what you're doing, and sometimes teachers have ended up on TV or featured in articles. If you can participate in something, that's really great. If you're too busy one month or another month, that's fine. Again, we have a really awesome big team, so we're looking forward to the momentum and what that will bring. Am I missing anything? I don't think. Pretty good. I also want to welcome you to Edulastic Premium. You might have noticed this week that your account has been upgraded, and here is a pretty in-depth list of the benefits that you have as a premium member. So hopefully you'll enjoy the opportunity to shuffle question order, use rubric-based scoring, use the read aloud feature, use a scientific calculator during assessments. And then also premium allows you to collaborate with other teachers. It provides you access to in-depth reports. It allows you to use present mode. So if you're sharing your student work with a teacher, with other people, or on a webinar, you can keep your students' results confidential. And then you also have additional benefits that I think Aditya is going to go over soon, so I won't talk about them now. But here's the basic overview, and we're excited to provide this to you. It's, I think, going to be our first full year of having premium as an option for teachers, so we're really excited about that. And look forward to getting your feedback. Oh, that's the other thing. I can't believe I forgot that. The other thing about looking forward is that we continuously reach out to you to ask you for questions like what to name features. You might have already seen that on our Facebook group. And for your feedback about how we can make Edulastic better for you. All right, and now we're going to take a peek at some new features. So I'll hand the mic over to Aditya, Edulastic co-founder, who will dive right into that. This is the exciting part. All right, should I?
So you have to make him presenter.
Make you presenter, okay. 1 second as I pass the baton.
Is everyone able to see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Great. All right, so yeah, Eliana, thanks a lot for the introduction. I just realized that we have a good, division of subjects. My favorite subject happens to be math, so we have a good representation from science, English language arts, history to math. All right, so over to back to school 2017-18. We are very excited to start the new year, new school year. So we polled, we actually presented some of the ideas and got some feedback from our innovative team members from last year, and we got a lot of useful feedback and ideas. So, like crux of it, and this is some of you might remember, we shared this slide last time, and one of the goals that we wanted to do was to make sure that when teachers first join Edulastic, the dip or the initial disappointment that they get because there's like a lot of extra steps that they need to do. We want to make that as simple as possible, and ultimately what we are delivering in this back to school is fast, easy, and flexible. And we'll kind of delve into some of these things, how we are making Edulastic faster to use, easier to operate, and more flexible in using it in the classroom. So yeah, feel free to keep the questions coming. I'll kind of switch back between slides and actual product. And some of the features that you see over here are not in the product, but they will be coming. We'll be releasing them in 2 batches, some on August 5th and then some more on August 19th. So one of the things that we wanted to do was to make the whole sign-up process a bit easier. So, let me just give you a brief preview of what those things are. I'm not sure if it's appearing properly over here, but okay. Anyway, so one of the things that we are doing is the sign-up process is a lot easier. So, if you are signing up, one of the things that we do is we actually suggest the schools that you're joining based on the email address that you're using. So let's say if you are using your email address from school and there are other teachers who have already joined, we will actually recommend that particular school to you. So right now that data is not there. So I'm just giving you a kind of an advanced feature preview. The whole joining the school is also a lot easier. So instead of searching based on the zip code, you can actually search based on you can actually just type the school name or the district name, and it will actually suggest the schools for you. So I'm just making something up here. And one of the things that it will also do is it will also suggest if there are other teachers that are using it. You can actually go ahead and use that. And you can also select instead of creating a class when you join, we will just ask you for the grade and subject. Creating a class is something that you can do later on. So you can select multiple grades and multiple subjects here. And once you do that, we actually also take you to a checklist of things that teachers need to do. So all the way from adding class and enrolling, explore assessments, meaning the library, and then the next step is assigning to students, and then so these are the 4 steps that a new teacher needs to complete before the reward, which is the data on assessments, is available for them to use. So that's the high level summary of the onboarding or the new teacher experience, and we think it will be significantly better than what it was since last year. So the next thing I wanted to cover is there is PD and checklist is something that we have covered. There is also improvement on how you manage classes. So in terms of so this is just another account that I'm using it to demo. So all classes will be listed over here. So right now this particular demo teacher has only 1 class, but once you have 4 or 5 classes, they'll all get listed over here. There is a contextual help in practically every screen that we'll have. It will also give you summary of what subject and what course is being used, and how many students are there, how many assignments are there, and you can toggle very easily between active and archive class. There is one interesting feature over here, which is sync with Google Classroom. So right now, the way it works is you sync one class at a time, but sync with Google Classroom is a single button Google Classroom sync. So you click on it, it will straight away ask you for a Google account, and then all class that you have defined in your Google Classroom account will get created all at once. So you don't have to do it one at a time. It will all get synced just once. So unfortunately, I don't have a Google Apps for Education account, but once you, if in your case, this single button click will work just the same. There are some changes on the class creation front as well. So let me go ahead and actually create a class.
This is if you're not doing Google Classroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm creating a math honors class. Period 2, let's say. Now, one of the new thing that you notice here is a course field. Now, this field is only applicable for enterprise customers, and this is a course list from your district SIS. So if you're using CleverSync, or if you're sending us the rosters, we will actually create a course list beforehand. So let's say if I have a math honors class already created, or course already created, you can actually go ahead and straight away select this.
Like in Canvas or
yeah, it will
like it will show you list.
Exactly. And you can, in addition, create additional tags to select your or to manage your class information. So let's say if you want to create honors or any other additional text information to organize your data, you can do that. And once this is done, there are multiple things that can be done over here. One is the adding multiple students. So we are doing away with the roster upload feature that we had before. You can add students by simply copying and pasting over here. So you can do it using Google usernames, Office 365 usernames, or last name and first name. So actually, I do have so over here. So you can simply copy paste and we will automatically create the usernames. The default password will be the class code and your class rosters are created. So we are doing away with the roster upload format. Of course, those who are using Clever or any other enterprise rostering methods, this is not going to be, there's no impact for them. But teachers who are managing their own rosters, this is one better way of doing it. There is one more thing that has changed. You can also add individual student if you want, instead of adding a bulk. You can also search and add. So let's say if you have a student who is already part of some other teacher's classroom, you can simply search and add it using this. Okay. So let me just quickly go back to the.
Somebody wanted to know how to delete students.
Oh, sure. So delete student is simply remove students. So if you want, let's say if I want to remove Ileana from.
She dropped out.
All right. So yeah, that's how you will remove. So I think I accidentally removed John Chen rather than, but anyway, so that's, he's not here anyway. So. All right, so that's the way you can remove students from the classroom. And if you've noticed, we actually never delete. We just remove the enrollment of that student. And the reason we do that is if the student has taken some assessment data, that assessment data is still preserved. Only that student will no longer receive any other assessments that you administer from this point onwards. All right. So let me just move on to a couple of things. So of course, course is one important thing. So I just want to highlight one important. So enterprise customers will have their courses, SIS courses synced with Edulastic. And when you're creating a class, you will be asked for the course information, which you will select from the dropdown. And one important thing, earlier we used to have this restriction that a class can have only one grade and subject association. Now, as you can see, this math honors can be a multi-grade. So all the way from grade 6 to grade 8, you can have a class. And the main use of this course is that when you are dispatching an assessment, you can actually select the course rather than simply selecting a grade and subject. So in this case, in this example, all the classes that are associated with Reading 7 course will get the assessment rather than selecting it using grade or subject. So let me actually very quickly go through the changes that we are doing on the assessment front. So let me go ahead and create a new assessment for this class that I've just created. Actually, let me.
Okay, there's one question. If a student is taking assessments in an English class and a separate math class, will the teacher be able to see both subject mastery for the student?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a assessment here. I'll just randomly go ahead and create some questions. So this process is not changing, very much the same as before. And here, there are few changes. So as you can see, there is a course field over here. So earlier, the grade and subject was the only way. Now we also have a course setting here. And whatever courses that you've assigned to classes before will show up here. So in this case, I can see all the classes that are associated with math course. And as you can see, this is a multi-grade course. And we also have some changes in the advanced options. The good part is that we have given the description of all these things that are there. And I'll kind of delve into a bit more detail when I go to the full-blown assignment functionality. But just to summarize, there is a new mark is done thing. So we are what mark is done does is that it will automatically mark your assignment as complete when everybody has been graded or and the due date is passed. You can also manually flip the status at any point, but the default option is automatic. And the next option that is the new is release course. And this is just a toggle thing. So whenever you want to release this course to students, you can switch it on or off. And I'll kind of show you how it will work from an assignment perspective. So once I assign it, it will get, just like before, it will go on to students. You have additional options to change the sharing settings. Rather than going to the assessment library and changing it, you can change it right there. If you've created a new assessment, you can straight away change the sharing level and share it with either the school or district or the whole community. Any questions?
Maybe you could increase your, like do a plus, let's make it a little bit bigger. The words are really small. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, great. There was a question about whether we're recording it, and the answer is yes.
Yeah.
You'll be able to access these later. We'll post it on the resources part of the Edulastic Innovator Team homepage.
So another question is, when you have many assessments, is there a way to classify them?
Yes. So when there are many assessments, there are a few ways to classify it. So let me actually move on to another course where, another class where. So there is a way to classify it based on their status. So you can, for instance, just want to see only in progress, or only where grading is in progress, or assessment that are done. So this is one way to classify it. You can also do it based on calendar. So based on the assessment window, you can see where the assessment should, So those are the two ways it is possible to classify it.
Also, you can use tags for the assessment in the library, right?
No, tags are not supported further. Okay, so couple of changes in this. There is, as you can see, there is a, let me go on to the other one, which is in progress. So there are few changes over here. So release score off and on, there is a button. And at any point, if you don't want students to see their responses, you can flip the status from off to on, or on to off. So once you do that, students will not get their scores, or students will not be able to see their scores if the release course is off. So think about it as in earlier we had grade release, which was one way where students get to see their scores once it's released. But now you can flip the status of the grade release from release to withhold like that. Okay. The other changes is we also have a new question type, which is a drawing response question. So let me very quickly tell you about that. So a drawing response question will allow you to upload any image, and the students can draw on it. So I think I have a slide here which kind of explains that a lot better. So you can, for instance, have students draw on a particular image and respond to that. So this is a question where you want students to draw, how a particular explorer, sailed around the world. So students can simply use the pen icon and draw it. And this is an open response question. You can score it using manual or rubric grading. And what the students draw, you can see it once the students have submitted the assignment.
So the question, a lot of people like the drawing tool. There's a question that is it possible to have the question boxes that show up under responses numbered? Oh, wait a minute, sorry, that's on a different one. I'll have to go back to that. Can the drawing tool be used in multi-part questions also?
No, drawing tools can't be used for the multi-part. It's only it's a separate question type. So multi-part does not have the drawing tool.
Okay. So going back, there's another. Do you want to have a couple questions now, or you want to wait till the end?
Yeah, we can have it.
So one of the questions is on the live. I think it's on. This is from Melissa. I think it's on the live student view. It's a suggestion to have the question boxes show the number of the question.
Okay, so this is a suggestion.
This is a suggestion. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you look at the gray boxes down there. If you have an assessment with
got it.
With 20 things, you have to count which number it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay. And then another question is about folders in the assessment library and the private library. So you want to show filtering?
Okay. Yeah, so on the assessment library, we have made some changes. I mean, this is not something, this is something that we released back in May. So one of the things that you could do is in assessment library, if you want to create a filter, let's say, all the assessment that you have created, and in math, let's say, anything in grade 6, you want to save them, you can actually save it and say grade 6 math. I'm just making something up. So these are all and you can see there is a straight away one filter that we have created, which will, if you want a quick access to this at any point of time, you can just go to filters and, click on that filter and it will show you only those 2 assessments. So even though this is not a folder-like functionality, but it gives you pretty much the same benefit. So you can classify all your assessments into saved filters. So that way you can quickly access them using the filters from this approach.
So if you tag your assessments, you can do a search on that tag and save that as a filter, right?
Exactly.
Right. So you can tag all your assessments, Unit 1, for example, and then create a search with Unit 1, a keyword search with Unit 1, and save that as a filter.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's definitely a possible thing. Yes.
We'll make a little video about it. We'll make a little video. Okay. So another question is, can drawing be used with a passage question?
Drawing cannot be used with passage questions at this point, but we'll enable that going forward.
Okay. And then will the multi-part tool eventually include the drawing and graphing tool?
So Eventually, yes, that's the plan. So we are actually will be making some dramatic changes in the multi-part question, or where any widget can be used for in a multiple part question. But that will probably take a few more months. It's not likely to be there in the back to school release.
Oh, so Anne-Marie asked, how do students upload the work to the drawing tool? They don't upload work, right?
Yeah.
Show that again.
Yeah. So let me actually, maybe a good idea would be to just quickly go ahead and
create one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to show how to create a drawing type question, one of this new question type.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and upload an image here. I hope I have something reasonable over here. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, sorry.
You don't have to put an image, right? Just
draw. I mean, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll just very quickly select something that is. Okay. Let's say I'm using this, which is just a screenshot of something. So the way students will respond to it, they'll get the questions will be presented like this. So think about it as a geometry or map or a geometrical figure, and you can simply draw on it. And this is the response that the student, that the teacher would see once the student has submitted.
And so it's a manually graded question.
It's a manually graded question, correct.
So you could also have the question be, draw a six-sided figure, right? And they could do that.
Okay.
Okay, so Anne-Marie, did that answer the question? Hopefully that answers the question. Yes, so Anne-Marie asked, for younger grades, students could circle groups of 10 or whatever, and that's exactly right. So you could, so what's he showing on the screen right now, for example, is a bunch of beach balls. If you had an image of a bunch of beach balls, you could say, the question could say, circle 3 beach balls, and then the students would just circle. It wouldn't auto-grade it, but you would obviously be able to see quickly that they understood. So Tabitha mentioned it could be a great exit ticket, which is true. Drawing tool opens up. Yeah, good, Betty. So we'll try to use this with younger grades.
Right.
Great.
Okay. All right. So a few more things. We also have changes in the report. So since all of you are getting a premium account, you will actually get to see the new and advanced reports as well. So all the way from single assessment to multiple, I mean, the main changes are that we have a new report interface. So let me just go over that. Let me switch. So one thing is that we will also have a report filter, a school year filter. So actually, let me go ahead and show you a teacher who was registered last year.
We have some data fans in the chat.
Okay. So yeah, so you can very quickly flip the school year from 2017-18 to 2016-17. You can change the assessments. So let's say if you want to go into an assessment that you did earlier last year, you can see that. You have, I mean, most of the information that you are seeing over here is pretty much the same thing that we had last year, except that the layout and the look and feel is different, a lot more intuitive than before. And you can, if you want to, minimize the filters at the top, you can simply do that by using the refine results button. And as before, you can see your class-wide breakdown of information. There's a peer performance. There are like newer filters that you can see, as well as new way to analyze the data. So I'm not going to go into all the details over here because most of this information is same as last year. Similarly, question analysis. I mean, we have a more interactive kind of a report with some animation built in. The response frequency report is now a more, the way it looks and feels is a lot different. Easier to read some of these things. Same thing with performance by standards, performance by students.
So for the people who are new to Premium this week, you're going to love all these new reports. These are probably new for you versus the free version reports. So we'll be hosting another webinar on what these reports mean later on after we get started in school.
All right. And one other thing that we have done is it's also possible to compare multiple assessments. So let's say if you want to compare interim 2 versus interim 1 and see what the growth is, you can actually see side-by-side comparison of any one or more assessments. And you can do the same thing for peer progress or student progress. So you can compare to what degree how students have progressed from assessment 1 to assessment 2.
Is there a way to print reports?
Yeah. So print reports is not available for all reports, but it is available for, I think, 50% of the reports. And then student profile and standard mastery is very much the same information as last time. So no change there. So any questions so far? I think these are pretty much all the major changes that are there. There are a few other minor enhancements, like we also have a new look and feel as far as the managed class and the dashboard is concerned. Like, it's easier to toggle the menu like this. Earlier, if you used to, the minute you place your hover on the mouse on the left area, it used to kind of disturb the navigation, but now it's a lot smoother. There is a direct integration to Help Center. I think this was also something that we had it before. So any questions so far? I think I'll just open it to everyone. Oh yeah. So there are
one more really cool thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we also have a create from PDF. So you can also upload a PDF from. So let's say if you have a PDF document that you want to use. I mean, you can pretty much upload any PDF and it will go ahead and do it. So let's say if I have a. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just. I have this here. So let's say if there is a PDF document that you want to annotate and create a assessment, you can very easily do that. So in this particular case, let's say you want to use the first question as a multiple choice. And you want to make, say, C as the correct answer. Now, let's say question number 4. And instead of ABCD, you want to make it make J as the correct answer. You can do that. And you can also make a question as numeric or essay or expression or text. And then from a student perspective, this is how it would appear. So they'll get the the assessment in the background. And all the questions will appear. You can obviously move the 1 and 2 to relevant space. So let's say if I'm a student, I'm answering question number 1. This is I can answer it like that. Okay. And then just like before, you can set it up whether you want immediate feedback or not.
So a lot of people liking this too. Game changer. Love this feature.
And you can, just like before, you will get to see the a preview or review of all the questions. You can select appropriate standard difficulty or change points if you want. So let's say I want to assign standards for this. And then publish or assign. And just like before, you can So this is another way you can use any of your prior assessments. So if you have assessments in Word or Google Drive, you can straight away use it by converting it into PDF and uploading it. And I think one additional thing, which is not something that we have released now, but something that is coming, that we did a little while ago, is it is also possible to now create assessments that are, you can actually create a bubble sheet and let students answer it on bubble sheet. And then we have an app which will scan the bubble sheet and automatically score. So this is something that we released again in May, and it's also available for you to use.
That's only for premium folks.
That's also only for premium, correct. All right. I think the way to create the bubble sheet is fairly straightforward. I mean, all you have to do is just generate bubble sheet, and it will create a bubble sheet, one for each student, and then you can hand over these bubble sheets to students, and they can answer, and then you can install the Edulastic Snap Score application and use it to scan it and automatically score their responses.
Okay, question is, the answer is yes. Can you filter the public assessment library by question type and standard? Yeah.
Yes.
The answer to that is yes. Mm-hmm.
So if you want to create, let's say, an assessment and you want to see only certain question types, you can do that. So if you want to see all expression-based questions in math across all grades, you can actually go ahead and see that. So, yeah, what does everyone feel? How are some of these changes? Do you think this is something that is aligned to our long-term goal of making it easy, fast, and overall make Edulastic flexible for classroom use? Would like to seek everyone's opinion on this.
He says, love it. Michelle says, game changer. Simone says, I'm excited. Barbara says, wonderful changes.
Great. All right. So there's one more thing that we will be announcing later this month, and that is integration with Desmos, the graphical calculator. So right now, for premium accounts, you can set up, you can create, you can have students access from end of this month onwards. They can also choose Desmos graphical calculator as well.
Michelle said, shut the front door. That's funny. Math heaven. And then, Desmos integration? Yeah, anyway, so good. Everyone's excited about that. That's all your math people.
Yeah, lots of great.
Okay, wait, we did have one more question that I think I might have missed here. Let's see.
From Katie?
Yes, from Katie. If a student answers a question tagged as ELA standard in science, will that question be added to the student's ELA mastery data, or is it isolated in the science teacher's mastery data? It's a mistagged question, I think, is what she needs.
Yeah, so the answer to that question, if your class is correctly aligned to the that particular course, yes, it will, the student's mastery data will be correctly considered. The only other thing I would say is if you're unlike before, there's one big change that we are making. Earlier, it was not possible to change the grade or subject or course for any class, but now we are making that possible. So let's say instead of, like, by mistake, you created this as a math honors class and you want to convert it into reading, you can very simply go ahead and do that. So this is a new change that we are introducing back to school year. You can change the course or grade subject information of a particular class at any point of time.
Earlier we said that we'll be partnering with Desmos.
Yeah, somebody asked, what did you say about Desmos? They missed what we said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be integrating with Desmos.
Great. All right. So I think this was a very exciting summer for us. We have added, as you can see, a lot of new features, and we hope the next school year will be a smooth sailing for you. We'll be adding some more features later in the year, and as always, we'll be looking for feedback from you, and we'll be polling this group for releasing and prioritizing some of these things. So as always, really appreciate your feedback. So yeah, keep your ideas flowing, and we'll be hearing from you.
Two quick questions. Is Desmos integration for free or premium?
It's premium.
Only premium?
Yes.
Desmos is only premium, okay.
Yeah.
And then another question is gradebook. Were you going to show the gradebook integration?
Yeah, so gradebook integration is not yet available. So we are actually, this is also another thing that we will be releasing, I think early September. And the name of the feature is called Grade Bridge. And what it allows you to do is you can copy paste from for any assignment, you can copy the grades and paste it to gradebook that is tabular in structure, all the way from Canvas to Jupyter to Schoology. Any gradebook that is tabular in nature, you can copy and paste from Edulastic to that gradebook.
Christina said, yay, Schoology.
I just want to say quickly, I realize that we're getting towards 1 p.m., so anyone who has to log off, I understand. And if you have any lingering questions, feel free to reach out via email. We're happy to get to you. We've had a lot of chatter, so that's been really great, and we know we can get to all of them. We're trying.
Progress book, yes. Yeah, progress book. Yeah, cool. All right, great.
Are there any other things? I think I'm going to steal the presentation back.
Yeah.
For good there. Can you make me the host?
Yep, I think I can do that.
Let's see if anybody has one.
Yeah, Eliana, you're the host now.
Great. Can everyone see and hear me? Okay. I just wanted to say a quick thank you for Aditya for sharing all of these really exciting new features. Again, it's been we've been doing a lot over the summer, and we're excited to share all these new updates with you, and we hope it makes it easier for you and others to use Edulastic in the ways that are most helpful to you. I want to shout out to everyone. I want to highlight our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Connect with us on there. We'd love to connect with you too on there. And also, we hope that you'll join us tomorrow again. We'll talk about hosting workshops, and also how we can partner to help you out if you want to host a workshop somewhere, whether it's professional development at your school, a statewide conference, or a nationwide conference. And we also will hear from some different people who have already been putting on workshops or who have recently presented on Edulastic. Thank you again for joining us today, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Again, please email us if you have any follow-up questions. We hope you feel excited and charged for the year ahead, and that you feel ready to put all these new features to work. So thanks again. Continue to share feedback with us on what you think about these features. And again, yeah, we'll be in touch. So see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us today during, I guess, your August 1st, August 1st. We appreciate it.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Thanks,
talk to you later.
everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.